What if embossing folders could do the outlining for you?
With so many ways to colour embossed images, stencils are very easy and a great go-to. But have you ever thought about using the outline of the embossing folder image to colour with pencils? I'm going to take it a step further, and I've chosen some coloured cardstock to work on today. Rather than white, you could easily do this in white. In fact, that's what I would normally colour it in, but I just thought I'd change it up a little. And this is a fairly heavyweight cardstock. It's similar to the 80-pound Nina, so it's got some guts to it, which is going to really help us when we're adding colour. I've decided to use the debossed side, I know, shock horror, because it makes it easier when it comes to pencil colouring, and plus it gives a very unique and fun look. One thing I would recommend here when you're colouring with pencils is to keep some scrap cardstock, like the exact same colour, especially if you're using coloured stuff, off to the side, because then you can test your pencils as you're colouring. This coloured paper, I'm using a white pencil to add the highlights, but if you have a white cardstock to begin with, you could just leave it white and then just shade out your colours, or you could come in with white over top of the colours to give it a highlight. And that's the beauty of this particular style of pencil. These ones are Prismacolor pencils, so they're a waxed based pencil, and they're great for layering and blending. You can blend them with a product called Gamsol and some blending stumps, and I have done that a lot over the years. I don't like it so much on coloured cardstock, but I actually like the look of these pencils blended together just by colouring over and over top of each other, because the wax will actually blend the colour but still leave some of those pencil stroke marks, and I think that adds a little bit of extra texture to this already debossed design. It might look like I'm pressing heavy. I know it's really hard to tell, but I am pressing very lightly on these pencils and just building up colour. If you press too heavy or add too much colour, what happens is the tooth of the cardstock gets full and it doesn't really accept any more colour. So by pressing lightly, it gives you the option of adding more layers, and layers make all the difference when it comes to colouring with pencils, especially if you want to add some shading and some extra depth. I usually like to start with my lightest colours and then build up, and you can build up slowly. And another forgiving thing about pencils is that you can use an eraser to remove some of the colour if you need to, if you're finding either you misjudged something or you went out of the lines. That can work really well too. I do keep the packaging off to the side because it's hard to tell what is like petals. I mean, here there's no leaves in this particular design. It is just all petals. But if you have an image that has leaves and petals, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to tell which is which. And to be honest, if you can't tell, if it's that hard to tell, then it doesn't really matter, because if you colour it green, it will become a leaf. So this is an older embossing folder. You can try this with any kind of design that you might already have in your stash. The other thing you can do, if you prefer, is colour on the embossed side, so the raised side. But to be honest, I find it a little bit easier to use these debossed lines as my outline. The pencil kind of gets caught in the sections and makes it easier to colour within the grooves. You can try this with other types of pencils. You can also colour these embossed images with markers. I've also done it with watercolours. When it comes to watercolours, try not to add too much water, because you will lose some of the depth of your impression, but you can always run it through your embossing machine a second time, or die cutting machine with the embossing folder, and freshen up those embossed edges if you need to. Another similar way to do this technique is to add white pigment ink to the raised portion on the inside of your embossing folder, and run your coloured cardstock through. That way you're going to have a white base on the debossed image, and once that pigment ink is dry, you can add your pencil colouring over top, and it gives you a really fun and different look. And this is better if you're wanting to use a darker base cardstock. Another thing you can do, which I didn't do today, is to come in with an ink blending tool and add some light shading of ink on the raised portion around the outside of the debossed image. That can give you a little bit of extra shading, but I just wanted this to be fairly clean and simple as usual, but there are so many options. And don't forget that this is part of my embossing folder series, where I've been using embossing folders in a variety of ways and creating videos to inspire you to get your embossing folders out and use them. And I'll link the playlist for that in the description below. And don't be afraid to come in with a really dark pencil and just add a few marks. Look at the image itself, and I just used the pencil to add some extra spots for shading. Not much at all, but it does make a huge difference. Now, because I've spent all that time colouring with the pencils, it does take time. I decided to just add a simple heat embossed sentiment. I thought gold would work really well with this design, and I wanted to keep it pretty simple because it does take time to colour with pencils, and I wanted that to be the main focus of the card and not sort of cover everything up with huge sentiment. I like to use a really strong adhesive. Often I'll use a little bit of glue, liquid glue as well, just because on an embossing folder there is that extra depth. You know, you've not got something that's flat, you're adhering something with texture really, and you don't want it to fall apart. And speaking of texture, I decided to add some vellum leaves here. I don't know why, I just thought they'd look nice, and I think they do. I would normally just add a sentiment, but I felt it needed something. And the tricky thing with vellum is adhering it, obviously, so I've made sure to focus most of my glue behind where the sentiment's going to be, but I did come in and add a little bit of glue to the edges of those leaves where I'm going to have to cut them away. I just didn't want them flapping around in the breeze. And I couldn't have no dimension, so I did pop up the sentiment. It's been so much fun. I'm really enjoying using these embossing folders in different ways and challenging myself. I am leaning towards doing a lot more debossing or sharing the debossed side of an image, and I don't know why. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer a debossed image or an embossed image at the moment. Do you have a preference, or do you mix it up? I hope you've enjoyed today's card and are inspired to give this technique a try yourself. If you did like today's video, please click on the thumbs up button to let me know that you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? It's totally free. I look forward to seeing you back here again real soon. Or check out these videos and I'll see you right now. Until next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.